Hey guys, this is Silas with Silas Baca Real Estate Broker by eXp Realty, and today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living in El Paso. All right, so these 5 pros and cons are based on a survey that we did with a few people from El Paso on Facebook and social media, and so let's get started. Number 5 con would be that there is not enough greenery here in El Paso. A lot of desert, meaning not a lot of water sources, no local lakes or even a beach. The nearest beach would probably be San Diego or the Gulf of Mexico, which is between 8 to 12 hours away, or a lake, the Elephant View Lake, which is about 2 hours or 3 hours away. Number 5 pro is that there is a lot of mountain trails here. So you have McKelligan Canyon, you have the Franklin State National Park, which you can go and do different kinds of trails if you're either a beginner, expert type, stuff like that. If you want to go out and do biking and stuff like that, all that is there for you. The number 4 pro for living in El Paso is the weather. The weather here is 300 days of sunlight. In the winter, it drops maybe to about 20 degrees. In the summer, it gets up to upwards of 100, 110 degrees. So there's something to do outside all the time. Very rarely have snow here. It does rain a little bit, and there is some wind. Number 4 con, again, the weather. The weather here can get really windy in the spring. Feels like you're standing behind a jet engine with that wind blowing in your face, all that dust getting everywhere, sand. Just depending where you're at, you're just gonna be full of sand, dirt, and then of course high winds. Number 3 pro for living in El Paso is the food and drink industry. So here in El Paso, we have some amazing Mexican food. We have all kinds of food. People love to go out, have food, have drink, and so that makes it the number 3 pro. The number 3 con here is traffic. From what I gather, from what people have told me, and from what I see on myself, is traffic can be backed up at times either on I-10, on the 375 loop. You have people swerving in and out of traffic. People who are in a rush who sometimes, take that yellow light even all the way to the red light. And so that's a huge con for a lot of people that live here or have lived here. The number 2 pro for living in El Paso is affordable living. Although prices have gone up a little bit this year in 2020, affordable housing is still an option for many people, whether you're buying or renting. Compared to the rest of the state of Texas. The average costs here for buying a property right now is about $200,000 for a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, about 1,800 square feet home. So the cost of living is definitely worth it here. The number 2 con for El Paso living is property taxes. We do have one of the higher property taxes, averaging about 3% a year. It does take up a lot of that potential buying option for buyers here. It does hurt the sellers when they go to sell because they have to catch up with that tax rate for the year. Meaning less money in their pocket. So that is the number 2 complaint and con that I have heard and researched here in El Paso about people that either own houses or have owned houses here. The number 1 con that people have told me about living in El Paso is that it's so far away from major cities. It's gonna take you, if you like to travel, it's gonna take you about 8 hours or so to get to places like San Antonio, Dallas, Austin, and those places where there's so much more to do over there. There are things to do here within the range, but it's still gonna be about a good hour or 2, so be prepared for a trip. And the number 1 pro that I believe, and many people have said as well, is that although we're a city of 800,000 people, surrounded by Juarez with 2 million and Fort Bliss with another few thousand people, we do have the potential to grow here. We have plenty of space. We have enough people where I feel like in the next 10 years we can expand and bring a lot of major businesses here, creating job growth, housing market, and just building a small community feel into a huge, large city. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed that list. If you have any other suggestions, put them down in the comments. If you like this video, like it, and then please subscribe, hit that button, and we'll see you on the next one.